So this is it. We got this thing moved to where my friend wants it. And when I opened the shipping doors for the first time, I had forgotten to nail these boards on and they were laying on the floor. So anyhow, we're putting this together for him because he's moved in. We're done. That feels good. Let me show you how this thing works. Rick's really got it set up nice already. So a lot of you guys were wondering if I was building this Connex office for myself. No, I mean, I've got an office at the house and I've got my shop. This is for a friend of mine, Rick Randleman. He's a young fencing contractor here in Roseburg. He's become a good friend and he needed a small space, can be warm in the winter, cool in the summer, and secure. He's happy. He provided these cedar boards. I mean, it's a touch of home for a fencing contractor to have rough sawn cedar in his office. And so let me just kind of show you what's going on. You saw me putting the electrical boxes in. You can see why now. He just needs utilitarian power. I've run an Ethernet feed up through the floor. It's not quite live yet. He'll bring that up and connect it with the brains on the desk. He's a young startup contractor who's keeping his overhead low, and this is perfect. He likes light. He's got light through the door. He's got light through the window. Nobody's getting locked in here. There was a comment about, gosh, what if someone got locked in there? It's airtight with that spray foam. Yes, but it's got a window and it's got a door. Let me show you what is really the only thing that I'm wishing now I would have done differently. At this point, I wish I would have painted that plywood back there black, or maybe just taken a magic marker and put a black stripe down the edge of each board, because this cedar is shrinking and the plywood is going to make white strips. But heck, a lot of people have to pay extra for that sort of a design feature, right? Let me just show you something that really sort of captures Rick's approach to life. I've known him about 2 years, and he's not kidding when he puts this up in his shop. I've seen these posters before. We all ought to have one of these in our office. This is the way to live. So Rick's only been in here a week. I mean, it took me a long time to build this, and he was patient. But he's already optimized the space. I mean, he's thinking 2 desks, maybe, I don't know, maybe 3. He's got his coffee, he's got a refrigerator. I mean, this is kind of a tiny home mentality to a small construction operation headquarters, right? Way to go, Rick. And so with this in the rearview mirror, now that I have access to my shop one more time, let me give you an overview of this whole project from the time we first started thinking about it and moved a 20-foot shipping container into my driveway until the day that I got it out of my driveway, and I have a very happy client doing his work in a pretty good space. Modifying shipping containers means steel fabrication, welding. And I'm thankful for a MIG gun, a MIG welder. It's the way to go on these things. And the second tool that is really critically important is a 5-inch cutoff wheel. Containers are made of Core 10 steel. It's an alloy that resists rust, and it's probably my imagination, but I think it welds a little differently than plain mild steel sheet. I don't know. At least that's the excuse I'm riding with. You remember the nursery rhyme about Jack Sprat could eat no fat and his wife could eat no lean? Well, that's Kelly and I with painting. I just can't. And she loves it. And she's good at it. And what a blessing she is to me. I blocked this container up for 2 reasons. First, access for the spray foam underneath. They had to be able to roll around and squirt in between the joists. And second, to get it nice and level before spray foaming the interior and hanging the plywood sheeting that would lock it into place. Now yes, 60 feet of 8-foot-high 2x4 walls and 200 square feet of a furred-down ceiling is easy peasy, unless you're working inside a steel box. Then it becomes a bit of a pain, at least on my first attempt. The spray foam people and their processes were super smooth. It was painless, really. And however environmentally problematic this product may be, I gotta tell you, it works super slick in a shipping container. The interior trim in this thing was pretty basic and painless, and I'm glad that I didn't use OSB on these walls like I threatened to, because the real wood and zero off-gassing of the plywood, it's just a winner. And besides that, following up with the red cedar, any day working with red cedar is a good day. Well, this has been a long process, a lot longer than it needed to be. And the next one that I do, and there will be a next one, will be much, much faster, with almost no changes at all. Thanks for watching Essential Craftsman, and keep up the good work.